My name's Smith. I'm her substitute.
Ah, Valet. I'm the principal.
Oh, good to meet you.
You're not one of our regular subs.
Yo, Freddy Krueger, knock it off. It's not a manicure shop. I'm in charge of this class.
Oh man, that's awesome. It's an old school movie, but back then I thought it was cool. That probably doesn't hold up to today's standards, but great show, and it's loosely associated to our guest today. But before we do any of that, let me bring on my co-hostess with the mostess, Abby Normally. How's it going? How's it going?
Good.
It's Wednesday.
Another
It's
Wednesday,
hump day. That's awesome. So yeah, we have an awesome show lined up today. As you know, we're going to be talking to Nebula's Nexus. Such an awesome dude.
Heck yeah, man.
We got to meet him backstage. Good guy. And so yeah, let me take a quick look and see who's showing up. Oh my goodness, can you believe it? It's the Red Toys Galaxy. Welcome, brother. Thank you for showing up. I appreciate that, man. That for those who don't know, that was my former co-host. And now he's a co-host of Toy Mercs. So go and check them out at 8:30. They're on I believe it's a Toy Mercs YouTube channel. Go and check that out at 8:30. You can catch Rad. He's one of the co-hosts there. And Deadman One, you can find him there as well. We also have Mudhorn Station. Good to see you, brother.
Hello.
Yeah. Who else we got here? Oh, Triple D Outpost. Oh, you know what? Triple D reached out to me the other day. And he was saying to me that he ordered those Betem markers, like the ones I kept bragging about every episode. So he actually bought a set. He says that they're really good. And I also got another pack of them. So hold on, check this out. Get it quick. I got this bad boy. Woohoo!
Very nice.
But wait, there's more.
I am.
So yeah, I got plenty of colors now. Oops. And my mic,
Awesome
my
stuff,
headsets are gone, but you guys should still be able to hear me. Yes? Yes, can you hear me?
Yeah.
All right. I can't hear myself, so hold on. There we go.
Ruh-roh.
All right. And without further ado, actually, let's check and see who else we got here. I'm just so excited today, so I'm kind of like all over the place. And who else we got in the comments? We also have Starboy Station. I can't speak today. Good to see you, man. Welcome to the show. Who else we got here? I think that's about all I see right now. We have Nebula's Nexus in the comments as well. Speaking of which, though, maybe we should go and get him.
Bring the man out.
Yeah, let's go get him. Hello, sir. Welcome.
What's up?
Thank you for having me.
Likewise. Likewise. Welcome to the show.
Thank
so
you.
yeah, so good to have you. So what do you think of that intro? Is that kind of like what your day's like at work?
It feels like it.
So for those guys that don't know, Nebula here, or Jason if you prefer, he is a teacher, an art teacher at that. So obviously his skills are quite awesome when we're going to look at what he's made so far. So yeah, it's awesome to have you here. I'm really excited. We got to know you a little bit of backstage and what you have going on. So what kind of art do you teach? Like just general art, or is there a specific type of art that you work on?
Well, I teach a little bit of everything. I'm the only high school art teacher in my building. So
wow.
I teach, my introductory art class is Art Survey 2D, 3D. So
yeah.
First semester is all drawing, painting, a little bit of color theory. Second semester is sculpture and a little bit of ceramics. And then I have some upper division classes. I got a painting 1, a painting 2, a drawing 2, a sculpture 1, sculpture 2, and then ceramics 1 and ceramics 2. So
that's awesome.
I'm kind of a jack of all trades.
I was about to say a jack of all trades. That's awesome, man. Yeah. Oh, I see. See, we have also Michael's here. Welcome.
Yo.
Hey, Michael.
Good to see you. So yeah, that's awesome stuff. So basically, we're going to be talking about some of your work that you've done and some of the world building that you've done. I kind of wanted to focus this episode on a little bit of world building. So I want us to talk about that and what we think world building is and that kind of stuff. We'll go through that as we're going through some of your work, some of our work, and all that kind of stuff and how it relates to our world building. So I guess we should maybe just dive right in. What you guys say? Should we do it?
Go for it.
Let's do it.
What?
Let's dive into our first segment. And now it's time for greeblies.
Greeblies. Oh, my precious. Oh, yes. Anything can be a greebly.
I say it every week, but I never get tired of that intro. I'm so proud of the voice that I made. So again, greeblies, guys, send us your greeblies. We do appreciate that. You can also use the WIPWEDLIVE hashtag to link any of your greeblies that you want to showcase there or have us find there. I didn't check this week, but I did find David Dunn that way. So definitely you can use that hashtag, or you can just send me a message directly either to my _Pirates of the Galaxy Instagram or my Whip Wednesday live Instagram. You could send me messages there with the greeblies, either the greeblies you've already used and have it demonstrated, or items that you've seen that you'd like to use that you could use in a project. You can send me those and then we could talk about it, like we're going to do right now with David Dunn. This guy never disappoints. This guy has some of the awesome stuff. So this was made out of a water gun, a yo-yo, and caps. And and it's all connected to a base with magnets. So this is what it looks like initially. And again, a lot of the times when you make these things, you can't tell what it is when you look at it like this. All right, you're going to say something, Abby?
Oh, no.
Okay, so then here's some other angles of it so that you can get an idea of what the shape's going to be like. But you still don't really have any idea of what might come out of it till you see these. So quite impressive. So it's this really mobile droid. So the wheels, I believe the wheels are what the yo-yo was made out of. And then that nozzle, the nose front part, that's part of the water gun. And then, of course, the thrusters at the back are caps. Awesome stuff, man. And then, obviously, what really ties it all together is the paintwork. Mm-hmm. So just phenomenal stuff. So quite impressive. And then next up, we have Electric Blue Station. He was on the show last week, so go check out episode 48 after this, and you can go and see all the awesome stuff that he's created and we've discussed last week. So here's some of the stuff that he does. So he goes into different places to buy a lot of computer motherboards. So that's a lot of computer equipment. So he finds them at like discounted price on eBay and I guess different places. And like he was saying last week, that this is kind of like a meditation for him to put these things together. So he breaks them apart and then repaints them to give it a new life, and then uses them in his diorama builds. Like as you can see here at the front, just above the robot, you can see where he's used it. And again, it does look amazing. Like he always does fantastic stuff. Really awesome stuff. Yeah, let's see what these guys are saying. Yeah, for sure. But yeah, this is like awesome stuff. So here's another angle of it. So you can see he has other greeblies in there, like that cap that the stormtrooper's standing in front of. I even see a shoelace in there. So a little bit of everything this guy uses. And again, once you use the paint on top of everything, that's what ties it all together and gives it the look of what you're going for, right? So yeah, awesome stuff. Thanks for submitting that.
Very, very cool.
And then we have the Foo, Fat Red Foo, with a very simple but really cool idea. So those little twist ties that you get for sandwich bags and stuff like that, if you don't detach them from that little strip they come in, it would make a great roll-up wall. You know those metallic roll-up walls?
Yeah.
That's kind of what it looks like. So you can see here. So this is what on the left-hand side, that's what it looks like when they're all together. And then he was showing us how it can easily just fold up. So if you attach maybe string to it and stuff like that, you can actually maybe even make it roll up. Like those, I forget what the name of those blinds are. Like they're made out of really thin wood and you can roll it up. So yeah, that would definitely work. So it makes just paint the metallic color on it and you got yourself one of those garage doors, small garage doors. And then there's the stuff that I submitted. So I recently at Joe Fest, not recently, but at Joe Fest, I bought a helicopter that was missing pieces. So I recently took it apart because I'm turning it into a ship, and the helicopter parts I don't need. So all the little greebly bits and stuff I took apart, and I took it off the vehicle, and these are all items now that I can use in different builds. I already have a few ideas for some of these things. Hopefully in the coming weeks, I'll start working on some of those things. But yeah, here's what they look like. I have to make it look
Cool
all
stuff.
nice and neat. And then the landing gear as well. So the ship itself, I'm gonna be. Oh, it's downstairs. I was gonna show you guys because I just recently painted, so it's drying downstairs. But I added the Arc 170 wings to the cockpit of this vehicle. It actually looks pretty good. So hopefully I'll show that to you guys next week. And yeah, that's greeblies. Awesome stuff, guys. You guys come up with
Very
some
nice.
really impressive stuff. So, Jason, in terms of your builds, do you use a lot of greeblies? Because like most of the pictures that you've sent me, I haven't really noticed too many greeblies. Because again, you're still in the early stages of a lot of your builds. But and you had mentioned backstage that now you're getting 3D parts to add greeblies to some of your set. Is this stuff that you print yourself, or you order these? Like, how do you go about doing that?
So as far as the 3D print parts, mainly parts I've printed myself. I've got 5 3D printers. So I just kind of go on Thingiverse and find some. I do have parts that I have ordered off eBay from other makers that I plan to incorporate into Nebula's Nexus. And just little control panels. Some are little sign, like Twilight Dancing Girl signs and whatnot. But a lot of them will just be free ones that I find off of Thingiverse and print myself.
Okay.
I love the weekly Greebly because I always take notes. So
I'm glad somebody's using the knowledge we're gaining.
Where I need to start making Greeblies to put on there. So
so this is more now. You're more in a stage where you're doing exactly. It looks awesome with what you've shown so far on your Instagram. So now you're at the stages where it's the detailing stuff, the detailing and the painting. That's the fun stuff. That's when things start to really come to life, right?
Yeah.
So, let's take a look at some of the stuff that you have made so far. I'm gonna post this next set that I'm showing. It's gonna be in our next segment. I don't know if it's necessarily what you're most recently working on, but it's what you most recently posted. So I'm gonna add that to this next segment. So let's get into that.
Go.
No, bigger. Smaller. No, it's the one with a hole on the end that curves this way. I think I saw it once before over there in that pile near the circulators. There you go. I always knew you were the smart one.
Oh, what a smart genius. So yeah, these are some of the things. Actually, is this right? Hold on. Oh, you know what? I didn't go in at the beginning of the slide, of course. So let's go back. So I have all of our stuff here. So let's go in order. Abby, we'll start with you. Now, last week you had sent us stuff. Unfortunately, you couldn't make it, but you did send us some stuff last week, and then you also sent us some more stuff this week. What's this?
So I am being a giant nerd, and I am creating my own language for my world.
What?
Yeah.
Now that's taking world building to the next level, man. That's a freaking awesome. Like when I saw this, I thought, okay, what is this? Like, is this something you found online and you wanted to use, but you created this?
Yeah. So
that's awesome.
I have a whole lot of like words and everything.
Yeah.
Figured out some basic like grammar, like how the language is kind of structured, some rules and everything. And then this is just coming up with just symbols, different symbols that I'm going to assign to, the letters in my language. And I'm actually right now looking up software to create your own fonts.
Oh, okay.
So it'll like even everything out for you. And then it basically makes it so you could load it into like a program like
Yeah.
Word. And
Okay.
then like I can just type out in my language and then like do the word art thing where you bend the letters and I
Yeah.
can make decals and whatever
It's
else.
amazing,
So,
man. That's quite impressive. Because like what I love about it too is that it actually looks like an alphabet. Like I just love how each thing has its own unique, and it actually kind of has like a bunch of different cultures wrapped into one. Like how did you come up with the symbols though? Like that's the part that I'm just so mind blown by. It's like how did you come up with this?
just like doodling weird stuff. Like these aren't all going to be used. This is just like, you know,
Just like a
just
draft, right?
yeah, sketching out just random
Mm-hmm.
like symbols, just enough for me to like pick my favorites out of.
Nice.
But
Yeah, this is quite impressive, man.
the inspiration is a little bit like Chinese and a little bit Arabic.
Mm-hmm.
So
Yeah, I can definitely see the Asian influence, and I could see the Arabic influence because they have that really curved to a lot of their script and stuff like that. Yeah, the rad definitely neat. Jason Jensen said, "Wow, that's quite impressive." But yeah, it's definitely quite impressive. I can't wait to see more of this, and I would definitely purchase the fonts if you ever put them out for sale. I'll buy it. Because that's a really awesome thing. I definitely wouldn't mind putting some of this in my station as well. So that way, when we have like trips to your station or your world, we can have it in that writing so that the locals that have come to visit know how to get back home.
yeah.
So
If I-
here's some. Sorry, go ahead.
if I'm able to do the whole thing with like the setting up the font and everything, like I'll put files online so
Yeah.
people can just download that and put like a little tutorial so you can add it to Word or whatever
Yeah.
and make your
Abby,
Definitely. Sorry, go ahead. Go ahead.
have you
Jason.
seen? Have you tried out Inkscape?
I haven't.
You
Like
might-
I haven't.
It's a free software, and it's basically a free version of Adobe Illustrator. It does a lot of the same stuff that Illustrator will do. Probably doesn't do everything, but that might be somewhere to start with, because I've done a little bit of font manipulation in Inkscape
Oh.
for some of the advertising I'm working on for the Nexus.
I'll have
And
to
so-
look that up. Thank you, man.
And then does it save it in a vector format or?
Yeah,
Because that's awesome. Once you save it in that, you can then boost it up to whatever size you want, and it doesn't degrade. So yeah, definitely, I definitely want to see where it goes with that. Because then you can start making posters and stuff like that too, which would be really
Right.
cool. And what do we got here? Pork legs?
So, not a whole lot of progress. I have started painting my raptor.
So these are raptor legs.
Yeah. So the bottom part of that used to be like the green stuff. So
Yeah.
I was able to mix like paint match the color and got all
Wow.
the sculpt work, painted over and everything.
So you
And then,
you did the claws? Because it looks like that's green stuff on the claws, right?
No, not the claws, but just that like little part of like feathering that goes over the scales of the lower legs.
What? You did
Yeah,
that?
'cause-
Nice.
Yeah, because a lot of that I dremeled out. So these are like extra legs, interchangeable legs. Because the actual articulation of the figure, you aren't able to get that much like flexation out of the lower limbs. So I did that with like another Raptor custom where I took an extra figure and dremeled out the legs and kind of made.
Yeah, all right. There's another one.
Yeah.
Oh my god, these guys are hilarious. Thank you so much for keeping up with the chat, guys. I appreciate that. Oh yeah, you're doing phenomenal work with this because I love the paint work. I love the idea of using the feathers on this particular thing because then it gives it more of a unique look. It kind of stands out from just what everybody else has, right? Which is really cool, and then it makes it unique to your world.
I dremeled out all of that plastic where the two things link up, so it was completely like just a straight little line. There was so I had to fix it so it didn't look all weird.
Look whack. When it looked
Yeah.
good. So yeah, it came out really good. I can't wait to see the end results of this. And I see you've done some paint work here as well. Like I just can't
Yeah.
get over how subtle your paint work is, because it's like it's subtle, but then it just makes it pop. You know what I mean? So yeah, phenomenal work.
I want to
Yeah.
learn painting techniques from Abby.
Yes, same here. You definitely should have a tutorial, because you would
Yes.
do really well, because your skill, because again, like I was saying, you have your paint work is very subtle, because you're more patient than I am, so you tend to use different layers to naturally bring out the details and stuff like that, and to get the look that you're looking for. So yeah, tell us about these two heads here. What are the differences between these two?
So, the one on the left is the one I've worked on, of course. One on the
Mhm.
right is the base figure. And so this figure, the prototype, was initially painted by a guy on Instagram called Splatterhouse.
Oh, I know
He
him.
usually does like minis. But he has painted up some of the prototypes, and the work he did on the prototype was phenomenal.
Yeah.
What the factory is actually able to produce is far different. So
Oh,
I
yeah, 'cause-
basically
It's just one general machine that sprays the stuff on, right? It's not like one guy hand painting it all in, right? So
right. So I basically took the figure. I brought some of the feathering out around the eyes like his prototype had.
right.
And then I also went in and covered up some of that blue and like put a wash over it again.
Nice. Yeah.
I cleaned up some of the paint on the lower jaw.
Mm-hmm.
And then the original prototype that he made,
Yeah.
which is what I'm like painting off of, I'm using it as a reference,
Yeah.
had like a darker wash around the eyes that went down like the crest of the snout.
Oh, okay.
So I added that in, and then like added a little bit of like lighter, because it's really weird. Like on the actual produced figure, they
Mhm.
have black kind of on this, that I don't know what you would even call that, between the eyes and the snout, like the tip. They
Yeah.
have the black there and not around the eye, like the
Oh, okay.
original.
That's weird.
So yeah, I took in dry brush some brown paint over it
Mhm.
and then like did the dark wash around the eyes like the prototype had. So
But yeah, you did a fantastic job. I like how yours is a little more subtle than that one. I kind of like yours a little bit more than the one. The one on the right still looks awesome. Don't get me wrong. Like that's like really phenomenal work. But I kind of like how yours. I don't really like that blue thing by the eye. For me, it throws me off for whatever reason. It looks like makeup. So that's why to me it looks kind of weird. But yeah, both of them look really awesome. Splatterhouse does some phenomenal work. If you guys don't know, go and check that out. Abby, yeah, you should totally be doing tutorials, because you are just killing it with your work. Really awesome stuff, man. So yeah, I'm looking forward to seeing the end results of this, and I'm looking forward to you doing tutorials, because I want to learn.
yeah.
And here's your Jawa. Your
So-
awesome Jawa dudes.
This one I haven't actually touched him yet. He is just being the model for the soft goods piece.
Right.
So this was originally supposed to be on one of my figures, but his neck is too short and it
Mhm.
looks really weird on him.
Yeah, because it just looks like it's bunching up.
it's
by
all
the head.
up by his head.
Yeah.
So I just have the Jawa modeling it. But this one
I
is
actually kind of feel it suits the Jawa. It kind of looks like he would be like the leader or something. That's why he's wearing something that's slightly different than the others.
it definitely works a little bit, but yeah, just did that like whole glue thing that I'd talked about previously with this.
So go check out episode 47, I think it is, where she mentions that.
Yeah.
It's an
But
awesome episode.
I'll have to make like a little just how-to video
Yeah,
on this,
definitely.
because it's really not that hard. It's literally like you just take the fabric, like water down some fabric Mod Podge, paint it over it, and then like either clip it or hold it in whatever folded position you want and blow dry it. And it'll
It
stay,
sounds
like,
easy, but us us clumsy people need to see things visually in order for us to learn. We don't learn by words. Words just don't make sense. It goes in this ear, comes out that one. I need
I'll
to
make a
see.
video then.
I'm a man. I need to see. But yeah, awesome stuff. Here's some other angles of the cloak that you're working on here. But I definitely want to try out that technique that you mentioned, where you do fold the material, try to hold it in place, water down, glue it down, and so that way it keeps its shape once you blow dry it. So I definitely want to give that a shot. I should maybe try that this weekend as I make some, because I'm working on a few different characters. That's what I've been working on lately. Is just a lot of figures. So speaking of which, I was recently. This is Bjorn. This is not my picture. This is Bjorn's picture. So go and check him out on Instagram if you don't already. Bjorn, you make some really awesome kit bashes, and so I've been inspired by your work, and I decided to make some Bith customs myself. So here's my group of Bith,
Those are
and
awesome.
and there's some world building around them. So I'll explain with some of these characters what's going on. So first up, I have these three dudes. So the guy on the far left is just a rebel fleet officer, so there's nothing special about him. The guy in the middle, I am working on his backstory. Don't have a name for him yet, but he's a gladiator for the upcoming Titans of the Universe. So you still have time to make your Titan. Go check out video 2 on the Titans of the Universe playlist. Yes, go check that after this. Go check that out. And so yeah, he's a gladiator. So he's gonna be one of those surprises kind of things. Like if you're fighting your opponent, he may be someone that the gladiators or Titans of the Universe official people send in another fighter just to throw off the actual fight kind of thing. And then the guy on the far right, he's a New Republic commando. So if you guys go and check out my Instagram, you'll see I have a little mission that I have him and 2 other female New Republic commandos going on. So really, really cool stuff. But the main guy, this one I have him separated from the group because I have a backstory and all that stuff. And this is MC Deathstick. So the guy in white, that's DJ Fett. So I have his turntables and all that stuff. I'm actually working on a backstory for that as well. And the Bith is a rapper called MC Deathsticks. So together, I have to come up with a name for their group with them together. So if you guys have any ideas, not you, Rad. if you guys have any ideas for names for this group, let me know, and I'll definitely. Actually, you know what? Yeah, I'll definitely see what you guys have to say. And don't forget, next week is episode 50. So that means, dun dun dun. You guys know what that means? Episode 50. Every 10 episodes, that's the time for what? Do you guys know?
Giveaway.
But yeah, so you guys better be here for that next week. So I'm hoping somebody wins something awesome. I don't know what the prize is going to be yet, but definitely going to be a giveaway. And so yeah, here's another character that I'm working on. This is my Captain Laser Star. She's a vigilante. And in my universe, and so I had a BD1 from the TVC Kyle Kestis when he's wearing the Imperial outfit, and he has this BD1 decked out in Imperial colors, black and red. So I decided to make mine blue to match her outfit. So it came out pretty good. I still have to touch it up and add some weathering and stuff. I still have to do some weathering on her as well. But yeah, basically just use the female Phantom head and put it on the blue Scarlet body. And it works. The color matches, and I didn't even have to try. I didn't paint anything on her. That's just all kit bashing.
Nice.
And it came out pretty good. And then him is just a simple paint job. I just added 2 blues and a white to match your outfit. It came out pretty good.
Heck yeah, man.
And this is my Barbie Rebel Pilot. I'm not going to use that head. That's the CoverGirl head from the G.I. Joe. I think it's ROC line. Rise of Cobra, I think that's what it's from. But either way, that's just a placeholder for now. But yeah, that's my Barbie Rebel Pilot. Don't know why I made that, but I just felt the need to do it.
Why not?
Man.
And here's my most recent pickup. I got, I think her name's Ugale. She's one of the Gorgons. She's one of the Gorgons. So she's one of Medusa's sisters. She's one of Medusa's sisters, and I got it from Boss Fight. It has a totally different head, but yeah, this I put on the head from the Acolyte, and I think it looks really good.
Does look
It
good.
almost color matches perfectly. And in the picture on the left, you could see I started to paint the lips, but I had to stop because I couldn't see the rest of it. I didn't want to mess it up, so I'll have to try to go back and finish that off. But yeah, she came out pretty good. And then I'm working on a Barbados for my station, and this is going to be the statue outside of the Barbados. And for those who don't know, Barbados is a line of bars that Wentzilla created for Amrak Spot, and then he also provides pictures for anyone who wants to add one to their station. So I added a Barbados to mine, and this is going to be the statue in front of it. And that's all my stuff. Jason, the floor is yours.
Man of the hour.
The man of the hour. This is now the show. The rest of the show is all about you. So yeah, this is awesome stuff here. I didn't put them in any particular order. I was just looking at some of your stuff. So this is at the school, right? I'm guessing.
Yeah. Well, this is at my local college. I
okay.
basically enroll in a 1-hour independent study so I can have access to the building.
Nice. Very smart. Good man.
And that way it's by doing just 1 hour, it's cheaper. I think for the semester I'm paying just a little over $300.
That's not bad.
No, and I get 24-hour access. Unfortunately, it's an hour down the highway, so I just go on the weekends. But I'll go on a work Friday night, and I'll work all day Saturday, and work most of Sunday before I come back to town to be ready for work on Monday.
So this is like you said, it's an hour out of town.
Yeah.
So this is something. So I'm guessing in the summer you utilize it more.
Well, if I don't go to New Mexico and work for the summer, I would.
Oh, okay.
The last 2 summers I've spent. That's one of the reasons I've gotten so little done. Is
right.
I spent the last 2 summers I've worked at the Philmont Scout Ranch in New Mexico. So.
Oh, okay. That's cool.
But yeah, these are the most recent buildings I'm working on.
So yeah, they're coming out. They're coming along really nicely. And what I like too is that you add a little artistic element to each one of them.
Oh yeah.
It's usually just very subtle. Like for example, like I like those little pillar type things on the side there. Like I love that little additions like that because it kind of gives it that greebly kind of feel to it, right? And this is not even with adding any greeblies to it yet. But yeah, definitely like that's what I'm talking about there. I just kind of like it's just a simple little aesthetic, but I like it. You know what I mean?
Thank you.
So, what does your process look like for stuff like this? Do you like map it out? Like, do you do sketches? Do you just have like a general idea that you go off of?
I'll generally come up with just a general idea, and then I'll do some rough sketches, and then just get to work. These buildings, I've actually, while I was gone for the summer, my dad, both my mom and dad are still alive, and but they're getting up there in years. Mom is 78 and dad is 88.
Okay.
And dad's memories starting to get a little worrisome, you know.
Yeah, I know what that's like.
He's still doing good, but it's definitely, I'm afraid he's in the early stages of dementia. And he builds these amazing birdhouses. So I asked Dad, I told Dad, I was like, you know, he knows I'm building my next, you know, my play set, and he's seen buildings I've made. And I asked him, I was like, you know, and I had a bunch of this Baltic birch plywood. So I told him, I was like, while I'm gone this summer, how about you build some buildings for me? And then when I get home in the fall, I'll finish them up, make them look sci-fi, and then try to sell them. And if I sell them, I'll split the money with you. And so I kind of wanted to just give him something to do over the summer and try and keep him busy, keep his brain busy. And so these buildings are all buildings that he has made. Nice. And then I'm of course adding to them and trying to make, you know, we'll make them look more sci-fi.
Yeah.
And I'm
I like that one at the top right that has those like almost looks like pucks attached to the building. Yeah, I love that.
I did this weekend was I made those and was trying to
really cool.
that out. And then the window, and then of course those round windows will have acrylic discs in them, so they'll have an actual window in there. That's the plan.
Yeah, because I saw one of your other towers. We'll take a look at later on in the video where you kind of show us what that process kind of looks like. So we'll dive into some of those as well. But yeah, this is like phenomenal stuff. And what I like too is like they're very just simple shapes.
Yeah.
But it still has like you can't deny that looks like sci-fi. You know what I mean? So yeah, I kind of can't wait to see which you're gonna come up with, because I've seen one of your more finished buildings that you sent me pictures of that we'll look at in a second, and it looks amazing. Like that particular building, you did a lot of work with that, and that's one of the things I like. I said before, you add that artistic element to your work. So here's some of the other angles of those buildings as well, and the additions that you start to make it to sci-fi it up a little bit, and it actually looks really cool. And it's gonna look even more sci-fi when you add the other greeblies and the color. So let's actually dive into your other work. So now we're gonna dive into some of your more specific work here. And so here's some of the stuff I found online and also what you've sent me. So Abby, this kind of answers your question a little bit. So I loved your question because that's what I was going to ask him that question here, but you beat me to it. So that's awesome. That's why you're my co-host. You're ahead of the game. So here's an example of you actually, I guess, putting your thought down on paper to get your idea across. So this thing here that you're building is the base that your entire city's built on, and here it is here. So this is really amazing, and that's what's behind you right now, on the right behind your shoulder there. And so this is when it's pre-painted. And I love how you have the various different levels, because you're going to obviously use those as lower levels, I'm guessing.
Oh, yeah.
Or is that just going to be for storage?
Oh, no. Each shelf will be its own part of the station.
Awesome. And what are your plans for like lighting and stuff like that?
I've bought some of the popular Amazon puck lights. And inside...
Let me see that? Put that back up?
Sure. Yep, some of these. These are
okay.
Yeah, just the popular puck lights you can get on Amazon.
Yep.
So I'll be using a lot of those. I'll be using LEDs. And the plan is to try and have no battery powered lights.
Yeah, that can be such a headache. And I'm sure you've seen Rad's updates on his cities where he's saying don't use batteries because to get to them is such a pain in the butt. So definitely.
The inside of the table is hollow. Except for the leg that's in the middle. And I bought one of these off Amazon, which was a great deal. It's got multiple outlets and it has USB. It's got USB.
Hold on, let me bring you up.
Plugs, sure. So you can get this off Amazon. I think I got it for $10. But anyway, multiple outlets, and there's USB and USB-C plugs. So,
I gotta get those.
Yeah. So I've bought 2 of these so far. And anyway, plan is for that to be affixed to the inside where we can't see it. And of course, I'll drill and run wires and use whatever to hide them to the best of my ability.
Right.
And then hopefully just let it plugged into a wall.
That's gonna be so cool.
And I built a very heavy duty shelf. This thing.
That thing looks solid, man.
Yeah, it's solid.
That looks like you could just stand right on that and even jump on it.
Oh yeah.
It looks solid.
You most definitely could. And then since I live in an apartment and I know I'm going to have to move this thing out of here one day, it is on caster, and each caster supports around 200 pounds. And then inside there is a 5th leg in the center. So are you like a carpenter at all, or you just learn all this stuff from your dad? I wish Dad would have taught me. Dad was more of a doer, not a teacher, but that's okay. Yeah. But no,
we all have dads, like different dads, right? They have different roles, but
he's a good man. But no, he was never much of a teacher. But no, I've self-taught. I'm a novice.
Wow.
So all self-taught.
But awesome stuff though. It actually looks like it was professionally built. It looks like a really good job. So obviously you measured twice and cut once. I'm the guy that measures 10 times and cuts once, and it still doesn't look right. So
lots of measure.
It looks really good though. I love that. And so here's what I was talking about earlier about the building that you have painted. This is just the earlier stages of the paint work.
Yeah.
But you guys are kind of gonna start seeing what I'm talking about in terms of those little squares that are on the screen. I love this design of the building. You're going to see more of it, and as we go through some of these pictures, you're going to see what it looked like before the paint work on it. But as you can see, each one of those little squares is like a little paint tape.
Tape.
And then, each one of them makes that. Like, that is awesome. I love how that looks. I love that you use those different colors, blues, and it really...
real quick, so this was basically like just a whole bunch of iterations of paint.
Yeah,
Yep, paint by numbers kind of thing.
yeah. Lay
It looks
down,
cool.
did a layer of paint, bunch of taping, more paint, more taping, more paint, more taping.
So he's kind of like you, Abby.
Crazy.
He's very patient, like you. You're very patient with the various layers that you paint on your figures and stuff. This guy is patient with the layers that he puts on his building. Like, look at that. That looks so cool, and that must have
That
taken
is
so long.
It took a while.
Because without, especially when you don't want to mess up, you don't want any paint bleeding through and stuff like that. Because then you have to go and fix all that stuff up. But that came out really nice. Here's the entire
Oh,
building.
that's awesome.
Looks really, really cool. I love that design. I can't wait to see this lit up. Can't wait to see what that's gonna look like lit up.
Yeah, I want
And-
to put lighting underneath the walkway there.
I figured that's where you'd want to put lighting because that would be the perfect spot, especially if it shines down on those the square, that facade. It's gonna look really, really cool. So here's
You
another
have,
angle.
Real quick, do you have an idea? Like, do you know what this building's already supposed to be?
Yeah, this
course.
building's going to be the nightclub of the space station.
Cool.
Okay.
Does it have a name?
It's going to be called the Hippo Club.
Nice.
Everything in my world is going to be some sort of tribute to movies and shows that I love.
Oh, okay, that's cool.
One of my favorite movies is from 1997 called Gross Point Blank.
Oh yes, I love that movie.
Anyway,
With John Cusack. Yeah,
yes,
I love that
yes.
movie.
And when he takes Minnie Driver out to eat, they went out to eat at the Hippo Club.
Oh, okay, that's cool. I remember
Yeah.
that scene.
So it's
That's
just
awesome.
very subtle reference that almost no one's going to get but me. But
I would have got that. I would have caught that reference. That was really cool though. That good
Yeah.
movie. Definitely go and check that movie out. Really good.
great movie.
John Cusack, very underrated actor, but
Yeah.
oh well. But either way, this is gonna look amazing. So here's some of the process that you go through, like the sanding
Lots
and all
of
that
sanding.
kind of stuff too. So that's the other thing too. To build a lot of these things, yeah, you have to be accurate with your measurements and all that kind of stuff, but you also have to work in various layers, like you're doing here. So like the sanding, in order to get that good, I guess that good finish, so that it's nice and smooth and the paint
Yeah.
adheres to it properly. You want to do the sanding and all
Don't
that
want
kind of
splinters.
stuff. So that must take a lot of work to do all this with all these buildings.
Yeah. I spend a lot of time outside sanding.
Wow, that's
I go
that's
through
insane.
multiple grits. I'll start with usually like a one. Since it's sanded plywood, I'll start with like a 120 or something, and then do a 220, and then a 300, and then a 400 and a 600 because I want it nice and smooth.
For sure. Actually, and yeah, Starboy was just saying that the Gross Point Blank movie has a great soundtrack.
It does.
100%, dude.
It does.
100%.
Yeah, I bought that soundtrack a couple times.
Same. So here's another one of your artistic elements that you add to your buildings. I love this as well. Are these things that you just cut out yourself, or like is this something you purchased and just stuck them on? Like what
No,
are those?
I cut those out myself.
Oh,
So
gosh.
that's going to be like an accent wall inside of the club.
Mhm.
And the red is actually just cheap vinyl from Walmart.
Oh,
And
okay.
I do. My cousin was very, very nice and gave me a Gen 1 cameo silhouette, but I have no idea how to use it yet. I haven't. That would have probably saved me a lot of time and cut all of that out for me. But
Yeah.
I,
Well, you'll get there.
I'll
Once
get
you
there,
get there,
yeah.
you'll go nuts for sure.
only
But
so
this
much
looks
time,
awesome.
So
Are you planning on making this pattern go across the entire wall, or you're just looking to make a design out of the
just
patterns
that
there?
area you see there.
Okay, cool. So that looks
Walls
really
will be
cool.
silver and with the black glossy
Oh,
hexagon.
that's gonna look nice. I can't wait to see
Nice.
that. So yeah, here's
yeah.
another angle of it with this is the top part. That's the top part, which is this top part here, right? Just above
Exactly.
the walkway. So that's where that is. So that's gonna look really cool. I love your idea that you've done there for that. It's the same layout kind of idea that I'm doing for my club as well, with the Pink Dragon Lounge. So
Okay.
in mine, it does have that U shape as well, where there's like the upper level where people can stand on like the catwalk, and then the main area, which is the downstairs lower part, where I'll have like a stage and a bar and all that kind of stuff down there. So that I can't wait to see what this is gonna look like done.
What's not pictured in this one is I do have a piece of acrylic that fits in there as a floor. And then
okay.
I had etched a bunch of hexagons on it.
Oh man,
I was
that's
wondering-
sweet.
Hexagons
'Cause-
tied to the wall there.
I noticed the little lip of wood going around
Yeah.
that. That's
That-
awesome. I
that's
was wondering
the-
if it was just tiny detail work, or that is so cool.
Yeah, no,
That's
they're
gonna
there
look
to
awesome.
support the floor. Yeah, the floor eventually, once it's more done, the acrylic piece will be glued in there.
Oh, okay. So then we're not making the same kind of thing.
So, like, here's
So you're gonna have the acrylic floor there. That's gonna look awesome. Hold on, let me just blow you up there. Go ahead.
this
Oh,
is
okay.
this is what the acrylic floor looks like, and this will eventually be like a wall around the stairway.
Oh, that's gonna look sweet.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
That's gonna look
Where do
so
you
cool.
get stuff like that?
Well, at my college they have a laser cutter, and so I used it to
okay.
etch the hexagons in there.
Mhm.
So that's just etched
That's
on there with a
Awesome.
laser cutter. So
That would, you know, what look really cool too is if you add a light at the
yeah,
bottom of that, because then it would light up those hexagons a lot better.
yeah, that's the
good.
plan.
Oh man, I can't wait to see that. That's gonna look awesome. So let's dive into some more of these awesome things you got going on. So here's another element of your work that I love. Again, like the whole artistic element of it. So this is something. Is this something you cut out with the laser cutter as well, or is this something you?
That's all hand cut with that
Whoa!
exact you see there. Yeah.
Nice. But that, like Abby was saying, how do you come up with the ideas for these things? Like, this is like a brilliant idea. Is this going to be the archway for the club, or is this
Yeah,
a different building?
that would be a door leading outside in
That's
the
so nice.
club. And I kind of wanted to take a little bit of art deco, art nouveau inspiration, and so kind of tried to throw some see what I could do and come up with hexagons involved, and to give it that a little more sci-fi look to it. And I really need to finish that door. it's
It
pretty
looks
much
nice,
the
though.
same state as the photo on the right. So
I can
For sure.
see the green, the green
Yeah,
piece
right?
where you have all that cutting laid out and everything.
that's a lot of cutting. Just you go over it once, go over it twice, go
Yeah.
over it third. You just kind of very slowly saw your way through the pieces.
That's cool.
That's crazy.
So yeah, Starboy was saying that on that wall where you have those red hexagon shapes, you could put like one red hexagon light in there. Now, actually, when you mentioned that, I wanted to bring this up earlier when we were talking about greeblies. I just recently got this. Hold on, let me just blow myself up here. So yeah, I just recently got these panels. So these panels, this is a thin piece of paper, but they light up. Unfortunately, I don't have a battery to show you to demonstrate it.
Whoa.
But you can, so as you can see, the wiring comes in from the bottom here.
Yeah.
And you can cut anywhere along here, you can cut this. So if I wanted to, as long as the wire stays attached, anywhere that you cut, that whole area is inside is going to stay lit. So obviously anything you cut off is excess, is gone, right? But
Yeah.
you could cut this into different shapes. So yeah, based on what Starboy was saying, this could probably work in your station. Like
Most definitely.
you could cut the shape out and then put that on the wall with the red. They come in different
Yeah.
colors. This one's blue.
Sorry about that.
Like I got this to do what's it called? Advertisement panels and
You'll have-
machines
you're
and
gonna
stuff
have
like
to
that.
leave that to me.
So yeah, I got it from AliExpress. I don't know how easy that is for you guys in the States now to get stuff from them, but I'm sure
It's
once
still use
yeah,
it.
so yeah, if you can, and they're really cheap. I got it for, I think it was like $5 Canadian. So
Oh.
for you, it's even cheaper, right?
Hell yeah.
And so yeah, I'll definitely put a link in the description later on. So those, and I'll send you the link as well.
Yes,
Nebula,
please.
so that way you can access that. Then there's also a company called Evans Light Design. This is the same thing that I forwarded to Grumpy Puppet, because he wanted to, not Grumpy, was it Grumpy? No, Electric Blue Station, because he wanted to get lighting and stuff like that. So yeah, if you're looking at getting lighting and adding it to the equipment that you've already purchased, you could definitely use Evans Lights Design, because they have stuff that works with plugs and batteries. So different styles of power sources. You can use it with the different lights that they have. So I'll send you a link to them as well after the show. But yeah, like your artistic style. Here's some more of it here.
Yeah, those are some more pieces I had laser cut at my school, and
Yeah.
that shape's kind of based off of something you see in the Tantive 4.
Yep.
Oh,
Where
yeah.
Princess Leia is leaning over R2.
Yeah.
That's where in the engine area. That's where that's those things. That's what that reminded me of when I first
Yep.
saw them. Like, oh, that's like
what I
where
went-
Leia was standing.
Yeah.
And so here's, so the picture on the right there. That's now you putting a dowel in it.
Yeah.
To tie them all together, which is really cool. So are you looking at? I'm trying to think if you. No, I didn't see them anywhere else. So are you looking at putting this as part of a building, or is this going to be like like equipment, or like?
No, that'll be like on one of the bottom shelves you saw on my table. I plan on making one of those bottom shelves a maintenance area.
Oh, okay.
They'll be in there.
So this will be like the engineering area.
Yeah.
So that's what those are like conduits running through those panels. That is so cool.
I even had the idea of maybe because I've bought some thin acrylic tubes.
Mm-hmm.
So I thought about maybe running lights through. If I can get them to chase, if I can get the lights to chase. So and then just
it
do
look like it's looping power through the conduits. That
Yeah.
would look really cool.
Very well. I want to do that on through the bigger tube at the bottom.
Nice. I know that there is USB-C like charging cables that have that lights that go across. Again, AliExpress sells those, and it has like that power look. I actually have a few of them that I'm going to be using on my station. So like where that blue light is in that area there, that's going to be where they refuel like the smaller ships and stuff like that. Because that whole thing there is going to be like a tarmac.
Okay.
Right, so that's where ships land and load passengers and stuff, cargo, all that stuff goes there before they take off. But then that back area where the blue light is where they do repairs on like smaller vehicles and refuel and stuff like that. So I'm gonna be using those lights there. And as you can see, I have a little power light right here. This little light here, that little electrical light. Those are also on AliExpress. I got them for like $3. So I want to get more of these because they come in different colors and use them in my engineering area. I also have one of these things for the engineering area. These, I don't know if you guys are familiar with these. These are those, hold on, let me...
little Tesla.
Yeah, so the little Tesla light things. So I'm going to be building a whole thing around it. And then I'm gonna add these little electrical things. I'm going to add 2 of those as well. As part of a whole engineering system that powers the station. So looking forward to doing that, but I'm hoping we'll find a new house so that way I can really dive into the projects. But right now I'm very limited on space. So, but this stuff's looking really awesome. I can't wait to see what this is gonna look like within the base, painted, lights going through it. But yeah, like I'm getting excited for your build. I'm more excited for your build than mine.
I gotta say, dude, like I wanted to get a laser cutter for a minute. You are not helping that at all.
I know, right?
I want one
because
too,
the other thing too, because like Jason Jensen trains, he has a laser cutter. He has a big laser cutter, and so that he creates panels and stuff that he sells on his site. So definitely go and check that out as well. But he creates some really cool sci-fi panels. I guess the possibilities would be endless if I had a laser cutter, man.
Yeah.
Because I had all these ideas, and oftentimes I'll go to like Etsy and I'll see these people's awesome designs. I'm like, if only I had a laser cutter, I could make this stuff. But yeah, this is looking really awesome. I see that you went with a few different looks with the top of the building.
Yeah, that first one, I was just trying something and decided I didn't like it. Yeah,
so that was initially what you tried, and then this is another side of the building, and I love the little details. This is even before you add any of the greeblies, but these little details, like the little cuts that you did in the wood, where you had I think you did cuts. Like what's on the side of those triangles?
So on the side of the triangles, that's just styrene.
So you did cut that.
Yeah. So I cut that out by hand and then used a little nibber and I guess a nibbing tool. I don't know.
You did say nibber, right?
Yeah. NIB.
I'm kidding. I'm just joking.
I can't remember. Anyway, so it's a tool that Adam Savage recommends for model making. And so I and that's what clipped out those little little rectangles.
Oh, I know what the clipper you're talking about. You mainly use those for tiles.
Yeah.
For clipping parts off of tiles. Yeah, I know. I have those. Okay, now I know. Now I know what you've used. That's really cool. But I like that's the kind of stuff that I like. The little subtle details like that.
Yeah.
That really makes it pop especially once you paint and add it's more unique color like you've done here. So as you guys can see, compared to the first picture on the right, the top of the building has changed, and now it looks like it kind of ties in a little bit better with the rest of the building. So here's this is with the paint tape on. Here's with it off and with the added colors. So I love the yellow and blue.
Thank you.
Great choices.
What's this building going to end up as?
It might be. I'm thinking it possibly being an onboarding building because I've got a little landing tower that's going to go next to it.
What you mean this?
Yep. Yep.
So yeah, this is awesome too. And so here it is separate, and then here it is combined with the building itself.
So
now I love the intricate design of that tower. Like just the tower part of it, or the pillar part of it. That's awesome, man. Like it's such a unique shape.
Thank you.
Like what made you think of that? Like were you inspired by something that gave you that idea for that shape?
No, I cut a section off at an angle and then put it together, and I'm like, all right, that works, and glued it together.
That is really cool. I see that. Is that where that jaw was standing on that lower section on the left, the one that's closest to the building?
Okay.
Is that section that you cut out there? Is that for where a future staircase?
Yeah, stairway will lead up to there, and then I keep pointing at the screen.
I can see where you're pointing.
Anyway, on the left side where I got the
that little lip, yeah.
There, I will have a stairway that goes up to the roof of the building.
Oh, okay, that's cool.
And then I'll cut out.
I love when people implement that part of their builds, because there's some people who build building. Not that there's a right or wrong way of doing these things, but I like the fact that you make it plausible. So okay, they have to be able to reach up there. So how do they do that? So you're putting in a staircase. Me, I cheat. I do stuff like I'll put a door and say that's an elevator. You go in there, or the staircase is behind that door. So that's how you can cheat that way. But I like the fact that you're actually implementing the staircase and all that kind of stuff, so people can reach each level. So that's really cool.
And there'll be a ramp that goes from the top of the building to that landing pad. Again, sorry, I keep pointing at the screen like everyone can see.
Oh, no, it's all good.
I knew exactly what you were pointing at that time. That time I knew exactly what you were pointing at. Well, yeah, really cool. Here's with the shuttle on it. That really cool. I can't wait to see all these things lit up and in your world. That's going to look really
focus
awesome.
better. That's my problem, as I don't focus well.
Dude, you've done so much already, man. Compared to what I've done with my station, you've done more than I have. So that's really, really cool stuff, though. So here's
inspiration is hard to grasp and fleeting.
Yeah.
So honestly, like if you feel like working on a different part one day than like the other part, that's the way I do my stuff.
Yeah. And that's how it should be,
too. It's hard to get
too,
motivated sometimes.
It
so
is.
just doing what I am currently interested in is much easier than trying to force myself to finish something.
Yeah, because then when you do that, then you just don't want to do it anymore. And that's what's happened to me, where I'll start a project, I'll be all gung-ho, yes, this is awesome. But then after a while, I'm like, okay, I should start something else so that I don't get bored with this one. But then I'll stick with that one too long, and then I'll get bored, and then I never go back to it. So this year, I tried to make it that this year I was going to go back to my old projects. Still haven't got too much of that stuff done, but I'll eventually get there. I get there like Gandalf says, a wizard arrives just as when he means to. So
that's right.
I'll get my stuff done just when I mean to. So, but yeah, here's another 2-story building that you're working on here as well. Very cool design again. So that's the inside part of it. Are these going to be like shops and stuff? Like, what are these going to be?
Yeah, like one section somewhere there'll be a hospital type shape, a hospital room, some sort of med room, and there'll be shops and whatnot. You got to be able to supply stuff to people, right?
Yeah, exactly.
That little notch on the front.
Well, once I built a few buildings, I had the idea where if I would take 1/4-inch plywood, because Fat Red Few asked earlier what my buildings are made out of, and they're all made out of 1/2-inch plywood. And then I had the idea, well, if I would take 2 pieces of 1/4-inch and glue them together, I could do cutouts, and then I can put greeblies inside those cutouts.
Oh, like
okay.
That one there.
this building, yeah. Hold on, let me see if I can get that other. Yeah, there.
Yeah,
At
so
the bottom
front,
there.
Yeah, so the sides of the building are 1/2-inch plywood, and then the front is 2 sheets of 1/4-inch plywood glued together.
Oh, okay. So then that's how you have the cutout, and you put the greeblies on the backboard.
Yep.
Of the
That's an
cutout.
awesome idea.
Yeah,
I know,
and I wish I would have
love
thought of
that.
that earlier, because I would have done that on all the buildings.
Hey, you got to start somewhere, right?
Yeah,
But yeah, that's a really good idea, because then it gives it one that sci-fi feel to it, but then it just adds another element, like something for your eye interesting for your eye to look at, which is really cool. So yeah, I can't wait to see what the greeblies are going to look like inside here. That's a good eye, Abby, that you pointed that out. I didn't even notice that. But yeah, that
It's
looks
really
cool.
awesome.
Yeah,
I can
I
already
can't wait
like
to see all this stuff.
even at this stage, like I can see your own like kind of style and flair starting to come out with all your stuff. It's really cool.
Yeah. You're adding your own unique elements to this build, and I love that. So here's another building that you added those little archway things in there. So you're gonna put greeblies in there, I'm guessing.
Yes, the greebly, the printout. What I used was I've got files to print BD1.
Oh, okay.
So
that's gonna look really good in there.
Yeah, so that's off of BD1's leg, the inside of his leg.
Oh, okay.
So I just repurposed it for that
That's
and
awesome.
stuck it in there. And
That's gonna look awesome, man. Can't
I'll
wait to
put
see
some
that.
fans or vents inside the circles.
Nice.
That's so cool.
I know, right?
I thought that was
And-
a nice way to repurpose. a
And
printout.
what about those bottom parts there?
Right.
What are those?
I don't know. I'll put something in there. I don't know what yet.
Hey, it's good to have that option, right? So
Yeah.
you can always, if you don't want to, you can just cover it right up.
Yep.
But yeah, so this is what I like this shot, because it's starting to kind of give you the feel of a city, even though I know this is not, you're at home, this is at the college.
Yeah.
But I like how it's starting to give that vibe of a town. You know what I mean? Starting to get that feel. And so here's another image of that building, and you've added a few more little details on the top corners of the building, which is looking really cool. So like Abby was saying, I can already see your own artistic element style to it. So really cool stuff.
Mm-hmm.
So that's part of a temple, I believe you said.
Yeah.
Right?
Normally, it's right here. So, yeah.
Oh wow, that's way bigger than I thought it was. Because when you look at the picture, that's really nice. Yeah, that's a lot bigger than I thought, because when I was looking at this image here, it's kind of hard to judge how big that is.
Yeah.
Compared to that tower. Like, even though the tower's huge, and as I was talking about earlier, you had mentioned those holes in the wall of that other building you're going to be putting in windows.
Yeah.
Is it like this tower here where you have those windows in there? Are those like TIE Fighter windows?
Those are TIE Fighter windows. They're off the the little kid TIE Fighters.
The fleet, whatever.
Yeah,
fleet
the
something?
Action Fleet or whatever that's called.
Yeah, I think that's what's called, Action Fleet.
Yeah.
That's awesome though. I love the idea, because I've seen someone else use them, but I don't think they use the Action Fleet one. I think they actually bought a bunch of like broken TIE Fighters that still had the windows in them, and used those windows as windows for their buildings. Which I actually did that too, because I took apart a few old TIE Fighters that I had. And I did that too, so I want to use. I haven't done it, but I want to do that. Yeah. And I love that element because it looks really cool.
Those Action Fleet got those at Ollie's, and it was cheap enough. So took them apart.
Yeah, especially when you buy stuff that's on discount, you don't feel too bad about it about taking it apart. But yeah, here's another one of your towers that looks really cool. I just love the basic elements you add to it to give it your own little style.
Thank you. But that one's cool. What was one of the first ones I built, and of course, anyone who's done this or been around this knows Empire Toy Works, and that one's very inspired by him.
Okay, I can see that.
but you know, I put the panels on the side, and I've changed that one up a little bit since then. And but then I built the tower, another tower that that building I'll still use, but it'll probably be used at a later time. It's probably not going to go on the table behind me, because I was like, you know what, I can build something more interesting than that. So.
Oh, so that tower that we just saw there, you're not here. You have it here on the side of this this administration building, but you're not going to be using that. Okay.
Not right now. I went ahead and built a different building that I'll use in place of it.
But yeah, that looks good though. I still like it.
Yeah, it'll still be. I mean, I built it. I have it. I might have. You know, there's
might as well use it. Yeah.
Away, so.
But yeah, really, really cool stuff. I love the fact that you said the table's on casters, right? So it can move around. So that's really awesome. So you can really get in there and get some awesome shots. I can't wait to see what your photography is going to be like with this town, man. It's going to look amazing. I'm
going to try. I bought over the summer. I used some of the Philmont money to buy myself a camera. And
come back in October, because I'm hoping to have Josh on the show, and he's going to provide us with some episode of his pointers and stuff like that. So hopefully he'll be able to provide us some pointers that we could all use and come up with some awesome photography.
Just trying to take nice photos for you was difficult. I was like, "Whoa, this is harder than I thought."
It's tough, especially when you're using like an actual camera as opposed to your phone, because phones don't take the best pictures unless you play with the software afterwards, and then DSLRs, you have to really know what you're doing with how it works in order to get the right shots, right? So I know very little. I haven't gone back to my DSLR since I lost my vision, but I definitely want to go back to real photography. So yeah,
how you're putting that kind of consideration with photography into your builds, though. Like a lot of the doorways that can see into other stuff, and like right here, how you have the inside facing out, so you can basically get
behind it, and take pictures. And then sorry, go ahead.
Yeah, it's just, it's cool to see. Like, I can't wait to see it finished in some photography in here, because you are working out very interesting angles and stuff that you use.
For sure. And what I like too is that not all your buildings are the same. All of them have a different shape. So then when you give them each their own purpose, it makes sense. Like, oh, I see that for that building. You know what I mean? So yeah, I really love this stuff here. So here's another angle for, like you were saying, Abby, here's the inside of it. So I'm guessing that one end of this table is not going to have buildings, or at least not having buildings facing inwards, I'm guessing, or are you just going to make it that you can just move them around so you can take different pictures?
Yeah, I think at one end, I think I'm going to leave it open so that I can get in there and play, move, put stuff, post stuff.
Yeah.
Again, all this stuff idea came from Empire Toyworks. And he talked about how when he first started Rock Gut Station, it started with one of those Thomas the Tank like train tables.
Yeah.
And so when I initially looked up the dimensions of that, and then was like, well, I'll build my own table. And so my table's 31 inches wide by 50 inches long, and was going to be 32, but I was like, well, the door's 33. I'm going to leave it at 31 just to make sure I can easily get it out a door when it comes time to move. But I do think I'm going to leave one end opened and maybe have some stuff that I can put there, take off, so that I can get in there and pose figures and try to take pictures and whatnot.
It's gonna look amazing either way. So far, it's looking really great, and you haven't even done any of the real work yet, and it still looks amazing.
Still much more to do,
and it looks better than a lot of stuff I've come up with. But I'm really looking forward to seeing the rest of this. We'll definitely have you on when you're closer to having more stuff built up, so we can show that off. So here it is that you're starting to paint the base of the table, and to give it a more defined look, which is really cool. And here's the other tower.
Yeah, that's the tower I decided to replace.
This is the one you just recently sent me. I like this one better. It kind of has that Avengers Tower look to it. Kind of gives me that vibe. And I love that. So you have the landing platform on top. Are you going to be using it? Sorry, go ahead.
I might build a bigger platform for the top.
I could see that.
I don't like it just sitting there, so I might it'll get changed up a little bit, but
yeah, it's definitely giving me Avengers Tower vibes. Because that little lip that you have sticking out the top of it, then you also have the rest of the tower going up. Yeah, it definitely reminds me of Avengers Tower. Really cool stuff, though.
That's awesome.
And I see now you're diving into other stuff. I see I've done work on this, and but I love what I like about this is the weathering you've already done on it. Like, how did you, like, what did you do here? It really looks like faded paint on here.
well, that's because it is.
It's because it is faded paint.
All the little holes that that Batmobile came with.
Yeah.
I filled those in with Bondo.
Oh, okay.
And sanded, painted, sanded, painted, sanded, painted. So those are areas where I've sanded and haven't paint back over it yet. This was going to be for Rad's demolition derby, but I work way too slow.
You and me both, dude. I sent him a picture of mine, but the one that I sent him wasn't completed, and I still haven't finished my part 2 build of this vehicle. So I hear you, brother. You're talking to the choir, man. Yeah, I hear you. But yeah, it's still looking good, though.
I've actually got that right here.
But yeah, I can't wait. Are you hold on.
That looks clean.
Yeah, that's what I mean. I love how. Oh wait, you changed the front.
Yeah.
You changed the front of it. You took off that grading thing.
Awesome.
Yeah.
That must have been fun to take off because that doesn't come off easily. You have to cut that out, right?
Yeah. I used some nibs and a little bit of dremeling.
Dude, but that's such a clean cut, though, man. I can't believe how clean that looks. Like the actual car is supposed to look like that.
Then lots of filling and lots of sanding.
That looks so smooth.
Fantastic.
Yeah, that looks amazing, man. I can't wait to see that finished. But
It's
here's the thrusters that you have on it as well.
Yeah, I designed the thrusters there. Again, I keep pointing. I built those in not Tinkercad, but
so those are 3D parts.
Yeah, those are 3D printed.
Okay.
What I want, I'm not very good at 3D modeling. That's something I really want to learn.
Mm-hmm.
But what I want to do is get the front end jets to match the curves of the vehicle.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that's kind of what I wanted to do as well with my initial design, but I just couldn't get it right. And then, so I actually got 3D parts from something that Red had printed for me for another ship. But then I took those off that ship and said, you know what, this looks better on this. So yeah, when you guys see part 2, I think you guys will be impressed with how it turned out. I hope it'll eventually come out soon.
Yeah.
soon. But like you, I work very slow. Cause I like Abby said, work on the projects you want to work on. So right now, my main focus to stay motivated has been doing custom figures.
Yeah,
and that's been keeping me motivated and working on stuff like that. But yeah, that's amazing stuff. Like you've done some truly amazing things. That's all the stuff we have in terms of your photos, but I love the world building that you're doing already. So tell us a little bit about your world. Like what's involved? What's it about? Is Nebula's Nexus? Is that the name of your world, or is that just your?
It's going to be
your
kind
name?
of the de facto name. What little lore I've come up with is my idea is that it was originally a deep space mining, gas mining station,
right?
And Nebula, the green chick in my logo, kind of is. I kind of envision her as a little bit of a Mad Moxie type character from
cool
Borderlands. Smart, good looking, but will
badass
kill you without thinking twice.
Exactly.
And comes into this space station and takes it over, and it just becomes known as Nebula's Nexus from that point forward.
That's gonna be awesome. So
yeah, that's kind of my initial idea for it.
Do you have any ideas? On what you want your character to look like? Sorry, like I saw the picture, but I mean, not look like. But do you have any ideas of what you want the figure to look like, rather, or which figure you want to use?
Yeah, I do. I talked with I've messaged Morphonauts, if everyone knows who that is, about potentially modeling her up and 3D printing her for me. And so hopefully I'll have to do some saving. It's a bit expensive for that to happen, but I think it'd be worth it. And And it's well worth. I mean, the dude knows what he's doing. So
Oh, for sure. Yeah, he's really talented as well.
Yeah.
He might be someone I reach out to later on because after the first stage of what I'm doing is getting the book out,
yeah,
and then the next stage is doing a toy line based on that book because it's a
Nice.
sci-fi novel, right?
that's
So I
exciting.
wanted to eventually have a toy line based on the characters. I already have ideas of what I want the characters, the vehicles, and stuff like that to look like.
That's awesome.
So I just need to find the artist to bring it together. Back in the day, I would have just drawn it all up myself, but now I can't even hold a pencil to save my life. So,
Yeah.
but yeah, definitely, I want to see more of this world. I can't wait to see more of your finishing touches. So yeah, definitely click on the link in the description below and follow him if you aren't already doing that. And keep up with the awesome work that you've been doing. I really love what I'm seeing so far.
Thank you.
So do you have any projects that are upcoming?
Myself?
Yeah.
Oh, just more work on this. I'm trying to get some
Nice.
plenty left to be done. I'm trying to get some figures made for Fictober.
Yes.
I think Starboy posted that they
Yes,
have
he
a
did.
crawl.
And also, yeah, I can't wait because I already have a couple of. You guys saw the vigilante that I made, so I'm kind of already ahead of the game with 2 of the figures that are on there. So I have 2 of those, and I have a few other ones like the bounty hunter. I have a bounty hunter I'm working on, so I'll focus more on them come October. But yeah, Fictober is gonna be a lot of fun. So definitely. Stay tuned to Instagram for that, but then also go and check out Nebula's Nexus. Go and check out Abby. Normally, she does some amazing stuff as well. Abby, do you have anything that's coming up? That
Don't.
look says it all. Well, yeah, I don't
We
really.
got some
Sorry.
painting tutorials coming up.
Yes, that's keep. I like how you think, Jason.
I know that's a lot of
you
work,
keep
yeah.
putting that
No
back
pressure.
in her head. Yeah, no pressure. Just keep
When
throwing it in
we-
there.
Not sure, but it'll happen.
We'll keep
Hopefully
throwing
soon
that
rather
idea
than-
out there until it gets to the point. It's okay, fine, I'll do it tomorrow. That's what I'm hoping. If we keep nagging her, she'll eventually crack and just do it. But either way, we're looking forward to that. We're just looking forward to having you back next week, Abby. Nebula, hopefully you'll be in the chats next week when we have our. Actually, I don't even think we have a guest next week. No, we don't. So yeah, I guess we could talk about whatever we want. So if you guys have a topic you want us to talk about, you can just either put it in the chat, or if you're watching, you're part of the replay squad, put it in the comments. Also, what I want to know too is if maybe you guys could do it in the chat now, but it's probably going to shut off soon. But if you guys can and you're watching the replay, let me know where you guys are at. I like knowing where different people are hailing from, because I know we have people from Europe, we have people from Central US, we have people in Canada, you even have people as far as Japan show up to our show. So that's the kind of stuff I'd like to know. I'd like to know where you guys are at and what you guys think world building is. Comment and let us know about all that kind of stuff. And you can catch me this Sunday on LT Multiverse in the Toybox. I'm going to be on their show this coming Sunday with Beta Ray Bob. It's going to be a whole lot of fun. We're going to be talking about all kinds of stuff. We're going to continue this whole world building extravaganza, so it's going to be a whole lot of fun. So check me out Sunday on Outer Multiverse's YouTube channel at 7 p.m. Eastern time. That's going to be awesome. And then catch us next week, Wednesday at 7 p.m. Eastern, because we're going to have our awesome giveaway. And also, like didn't mention this, but starting tomorrow, so from the 4th to the 7th of September, you can get a 35% discount at TeePublic. So you can click on the description in my link, the link in my description rather, and you can go buy some stuff there or just buy stuff that you like. 35% off as of tomorrow. So hopefully you guys can check all that stuff out. Well, that's all we got for you guys this week. Thank you all that stuck around. Thank you all for those that are watching the replay squad. Nebula's Nexus, thank you so much for being on the show.
Hey, thanks for having me.
Jason, it was a pleasure to have you on. And
Nice to meet you guys.
likewise.
You as well, man.
And
I kind of feel like I already knew you from watching on the Toy Domination episode, but it's actually good to officially know you.
Yeah, it's nice to officially know you. Thank you for all the positivity you put out there, man.
I try. You know what?
You're
Thank you
great.
so much for that. I really do appreciate that, because the other day I was trying to figure out what my purpose of this YouTube channel was, and I realized that that's what my persona is, to try to push positivity. Even if I don't get my shit done, I want to make sure that I push everyone else's positivity. So that's why if you look at my Instagram, I'll do a lot of stories with people's works. I just love the stuff that people are putting out there. And I want to showcase that. I want to let them know that their stuff really inspires me. It really makes me happy. So I want to push that positive narrative everywhere because I can't always be positive in my own life. So I try to push it out where I can in aspects that I can control. So thank you so much for that. I do
Thank
appreciate
you.
that. And I'll try to keep doing it. But it helps to have Abby too. She kind of actually, you know what? Abby's helped push me. She's actually helped push me stay motivated. Honestly, you have. So thank you so much for that, Abby.
Well, cool.
I didn't know I did that. In the background, you guys don't see that part of it, but yeah, in the background, she's been very, very supportive. Because I some of you guys know my issue. Those who know me and watch my videos know what my issues are. So yeah, I do appreciate that. But on that note, that's enough rambling and rattling and whatever, all that good stuff. Thank you guys for being here. Thank you so much for all that showed and stuck around. And thank you, Replay Squad. Click that like button if you liked what you saw. Subscribe if you're brand new. And if you feel that someone that could gain something from this, share it. And until then, take care, pirates.